This past week was incredible for me. Not only did I learn so much about game development and my game engine of choice, Game Maker Studio 2 for those not familiar with the channel, but I've also completed in my first game jam, Brackeys game jam for that matter. What's nerve-wracking as I write this part of the script is that it's only day 2 of the jam, so I have no idea how I did. Yeah, probably not the best idea. What I do know, however, is that my skills are sharpened multiple times to what they were before in that short amount of time. So this is my first game jam, and the theme for it could not have been worse for me. After the votes were counted, the theme we got was dun dun dun, let there be chaos. This could have gone better, but nevertheless I made do. The idea I had for the jam given the theme was as follows: chaos starts within us. Now that is vague, I know, but allow me to elaborate. My thinking was that before we ensue chaos, we first need to think of the chaos, whether it happens consciously or not. So taking this into account, your thoughts happen inside your head, obviously. And that led me to the idea. You must fight through your brain, destroying the chaotic thoughts and maintaining your sanity. Or to quote my favourite metal singer Dio, I will be losing my insanity. Whilst the goal is obviously not to go insane, the other objective will be to descend the brain and eventually escape, sanity intact. So that's the idea, but how will it play out? Well, I'm going to add to this script every day and we'll find out after the jam finishes, but let's focus on today's work for now. After day 1 I had got the main concept thought of and basic artwork created. I made a simple map and copied movement and AI code and so on from the platformer that we affectionately call on this channel the Distraction. So that's day 1, but you've all seen that in the video at the end of last week. Today, Monday for those of you who don't follow along, I added multiple new items of code, most importantly the ladder system. It's not perfect by any means, but it works well enough. The only problem with it really is that you have to jump to get off of it. The other important feature I added was the ability for enemies to randomly spawn. Now bloody hell was that a nightmare. I spent 2 hours following a Sean Spalding tutorial to implement that, only for it not to work and for me to spend 20 minutes and a few Google searches, and then I found 6 lines of code that did the trick better than the tutorial. Ugh, that was annoying. Anyway, with that done and a quick menu screen created in Photoshop, ding dang dong, day 2 is done. Day 3 of the jam has not been quite as busy for me today. Today I focused on taking a little break from game dev and to take a little time composing myself and to get some ideas down for some future projects. That's not to say, however, I didn't do anything today. Actually, I made a door system where you can progress to the next level if your sanity is above 100, which was quite cool, but let's move on to day 4. Day 4 came around, and as I'm writing this script, I actually think I'm going to hopefully upload this video today. To sum up why I'm uploading today in one sentence, I ran out of inspiration and ideas, so I finished up the game shorter than I would have liked to, and I submitted it. It's not quite as simple as that though. For the last 2 days I've had a bit of creative block, you see. The game I created wasn't one that could particularly go further than a simple demo. The gameplay is there, the concept is there, but the execution and how I'm capable of executing it, not so much. I'm not too disappointed with what I created, however. Yes, it may be short, and sure it's simplistic, but I learned a ton. Not only did I learn a ton, but it was fun as well. It goes without saying that game jams are not easy feats, but it was one of the most rewarding things I've done. To push myself to create a game in such a limited time, and to still have 3 days left if I really feel the urge to continue with the game, is amazing. I don't actually think I'll be taking the project any further though, as it's pretty much done in my mind. But anyway, that's enough said about my experience. How about we play the game and have a look at it, eh? Okay, so this is Chaos Starts Within Us, and yeah, it's a fun game. I enjoy it. I enjoy what I've made, and I'm happy with what I've made, which is the main part, I suppose. But the only thing is, I'm disappointed I couldn't flesh it out anymore. Flesh it out, yeah, that's a little pun for the game, considering it takes place in your brain. But yeah, I'm disappointed I couldn't make it any better, or any longer. It's really short. You could probably beat the game in about 5 minutes, and I'm probably about to do that. But yeah, it's a fun game. I enjoyed making it, and that's, I suppose the main thing is, I enjoyed it and I learned from making it. So yeah, let's show you the little sound effects on the menu first. Obviously there's no menu music, and that's purposely done. So if we just click controls, for example, and I'll go through the controls anyway, but listen to his sound here. Just a little do. That's a like little retro ping effect that I've got that I bought from Humble Bundle. And yeah, so the controls are, if you're stuck, press R to reset the game. A and D will go left and right, so move left and right. W and S will climb the ladders, or the tubes, as I call them. It's actually stems, it's like brain stems that you climb in. E will attack, and space will jump. So let's go back, and if you click surrender to the madness, it just exits the game for you. And fight the chaos. So before we get started with this, if you are liking what you see in the, obviously the development bits before this, and now the actual gameplay that you're going to see, there will be a link to the itch page in the description below, where you can download it and play it for yourself. So yeah, let's get going, eh? So your sanity, as you can tell now, doesn't start at 100, it starts at 75, and there's a reason for that. The main reason being that when you get onto the second level, or the main level even, you've got a little doorway which is locked off, which is this down here, this little block here, and that doesn't unlock until you restore your sanity to 100%. Let me just turn the game down a bit, there we go. So yeah, when you restore your sanity to 100%, that will unlock for you. So we'll do that now, and I'll show you the door unlocking. So yeah, it takes about 5 minutes to beat this game, but you don't want it to be too long for the people voting on the itch page, because people will obviously get bored of it and not play the whole way through if it's not a very you know, good game. People will just quit out of it and not vote it, won't they? So I made what's playable enjoyable and left it at that, really, because if I did add any more, oh, this is a ladder system, by the way, climb up and down ladders like that, but if I did add any more, then I fear that people would have just not liked it, because I've gone on to adding too much stuff, you know. Anyway, let's get these guys. 81 sanity, that's quite good. Oh god, well now we're on 39, so obviously that's something you got to look out for, that you don't lose your sanity like that. Let's get these guys. If we can train them like you would in Nazi Zombies or whatever, if we can train them, then I presume we can, well actually I know you can, we can get the sanity back quite easily. I say presume, but I know we can do it because I made the bloody game. Yeah. Right, let's see. There we go. I think we're going to go train these guys up top again. Up the ladder. The only problem with ladders, and I couldn't figure out how to get it any other way, is that you have to, oh god, I've lost all my sanity again. You have to jump to get off the ladders. So, yeah, this game is quite difficult, as you can see. If you do get hit, you lose quite a lot of sanity quite quickly. But yeah, you have to jump to get off of ladders, which is quite annoying, but, I don't really think there's a way around it with the code that I've used and the tutorials that I've followed. So unfortunately that's how it works for now. Anyway, let's go train these guys again. 81 sanity, right, up now, jump to get off. There we go, and get these guys. Oh god, we got 100 sanity, there we go. So as you can see now, the door has unlocked. I'll try and highlight that on the video, but yeah. So as you can see now, we get the screen saying the chaos is subdued. The end. So yeah, that's the game, guys. So if you have enjoyed this little devlog process and this type of video where I go through a week's work and I show you how I've done and then we work it from there, then yeah, leave a like on the video, it really would be appreciated. Comment letting me know what you think I could have done better with the game, and if you haven't already, leave a subscribe to the channel, it really does help out, and also if you hit that notification bell you'll see my weekly videos when they come up, you'll get notified to you. So yes, one more thing I was going to say, just as a reminder, is that the itch page will be in the description, and if it's possible, I don't know if with game jams you have to be participating in to get votes, but if you don't, vote for my game, it'll be worth it. For me anyway. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully next week, unless I take a break for a week. But, see you around.